Stop everything you are doing right now. If you think you've seen the peak of the hip-hop wars, you are dead wrong. This isn't just another Instagram rant. This isn't just a subliminal diss track. We have just crossed a line that can never, ever be uncrossed. The unthinkable has finally happened. Just minutes ago, a secure link was blasted across the dark web and private Telegram groups, allegedly traced directly back to Quando Rondo's inner circle. And what's on it? It is 60 seconds of raw, terrifying, and utterly soul-crushing footage from the deepest, darkest corridors of the MDC Los Angeles Federal Detention Center. It's Lil Durk, but not the Durk you know. Not the voice of the streets. Not the man standing on private jets. The footage is grainy, it's chaotic, and it shows the OEF leader in a state of absolute, pure desperation that has his fans screaming in horror and his enemies laughing in the shadows. The King of Chicago has been caught in a moment he never wanted the world to see. You need to listen to every word of this breakdown because what Quando just did isn't just a leak, it's a death sentence for someone's reputation. And the twist we found at the end of the footage? It's going to change how you look at this entire federal case forever. Run that back and pay attention, the war just went nuclear. To understand why this leaked footage is causing a literal riot on social media, we have to go back to the blood-soaked history that brought us here. This isn't just music. This is a decade-long saga of revenge, grief, and the kind of hatred that stays cold even in the Atlanta heat. For years, the world watched the meteoric rise of only the family OEF. Lil Durk didn't just build a record label, he built a digital and street fortress. Alongside him was his protege, his brother, the storytelling genius King Von. Von was the muscle and the soul of the movement, representing the rawest energy of Chicago's South Side. But on that cursed night of November 6, 2020, outside a hookah lounge in Atlanta, the trajectory of hip-hop changed forever. A physical altercation between Von and Quando Rondo's crew ended in a hail of gunfire that left Von dead on the pavement. From that second, the clock started ticking for everyone involved. The streets demanded get back. The internet fueled the fire. For 5 years, Lil Durk carried the weight of a fallen giant on his shoulders. Every lyric he dropped, every eye for an eye reference, and every subtle Instagram caption was a breadcrumb leading us to this moment. While the world was looking for street retaliation, the Federal Bureau of Investigation was building a cage. They were watching the voice of the streets closer than his own fans were. Fast forward to late 2024. The feds finally swooped in, alleging a massive murder-for-hire plot aimed directly at Quando Rondo in retaliation for Von's death. They snatched Durk right before he could hop on a private jet to Italy, claiming he was the mastermind behind a coordinated hit squad. They threw him into the MDC Los Angeles, a facility so notorious, so brutal, that judges have called it barbaric and unfit for human habitation. Now imagine being Quando Rondo. You've lived with $1 million bounty on your head for years. You've watched your own cousin, Lil Pab, get taken out in a Beverly Hills ambush that was meant for you. You've lived in the shadow of the OEF Reaper for half a decade. Most people would stay quiet. Most people would let the law handle it and breathe a sigh of relief. But Quando Rondo isn't most people. There has always been a cold war of trolling between these two camps, but leaking footage from inside a federal prison? That is a move pulled straight out of a villain's playbook. Inside the feds, phones are the ultimate contraband. High-definition footage is supposedly impossible to get. So, how did Quando get it? Was it a corrupt guard? Was it a high-ranking snitch wearing a wire with a hidden camera? The tension has been building like a pressure cooker. We've seen the King Rat comments. We've seen the sticky explainers about Durk's mental state. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared the culture for what happened this morning. This was an inevitable explosion. The what-if scenarios are over. The footage is out. And as you're about to hear, the content of that video is so disturbing that even Durk's most loyal soldiers are beginning to panic. Is this the end of the ODF empire? Is this the moment the voice finally goes silent? We are diving into the heart of the scandal that the mainstream media is too afraid to touch. This is the background of a war that has moved from the trenches of Chicago to the federal courtrooms of LA, and now to a leaked video that is currently destroying the internet. Let's get into the absolute heart of the chaos. The incident that has every blogger, every street legend, and every federal agent scrambling for answers. Around 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a cryptic, encrypted link appeared on a burner Twitter account with the handle @BlueRagsOTF exposed. Within seconds, it wasn't just a tweet, it was a digital wildfire. The link was being reshared by private accounts known to be fronts for the Savannah-based Never Broke Again affiliates and associates close to Quando Rondo. The caption was chillingly simple, a single emoji, the shushing face, shushing face. The video opens with a shaky, low-light shot that makes your stomach drop. You can hear the heavy, metallic clanging of cell doors in the distance, that unmistakable, echoing sound of a federal facility. The camera pans slowly past a row of reinforced steel bars before focusing on a figure sitting on the edge of a thin, gray, prison-issued mattress. It's Lil Durk. But guys, look closely at the screen. This isn't the Durk who looks solid in his booking photo. This isn't the man who stared down cameras during his BMF premiere appearances. He's wearing a faded orange jumpsuit that looks 2 sizes too big. His hair is unkempt, his face looks sunken as if he hasn't slept in weeks, and most shockingly, the voice of the streets appears to be in tears. The footage is raw and devastating. Durk is seen clutching a small, handheld Quran, rocking back and forth in a state of visible distress. But the footage doesn't stop there. Suddenly, a voice off camera, a voice that sounds eerily like a high-ranking inmate or perhaps a compromised guard, starts taunting him. The voice sneers. "Where's the get back now, smirk? Where's the $1 million bag now? You're in the box now, and your own people are singing to the feds like it's a choir." Durk looks up at the camera, and the look in his eyes is one of pure, unadulterated terror. He doesn't respond with his usual street-hardened bravado. He looks broken. He looks like a man who knows the walls aren't just closing in, they're collapsing. The camera then pans to his meal tray, disgusting, mushy food that looks unfit for a dog, and then to a kite, a prison note, lying on the cold concrete floor. The note allegedly lists the names of OTF members who have already signed cooperation agreements with the government. But here is the first major twist, the one that sent a literal shockwave through the entire hip-hop industry and changed the narrative from jail struggle to ultimate betrayal. As the camera zooms in on Durk's face for a final close-up, the lighting shifts. For a split second, the plexiglass window of the cell creates a reflection. You can see the person holding the phone. Frame-by-frame analysis by Insider, digital forensics experts, has revealed something staggering. The person filming isn't a guard. It isn't a random inmate. It's a high-ranking former OTF member, someone we all thought was ride or die. Someone who was reportedly arrested alongside Durk during that massive takedown. This means the betrayal is coming from inside the house. Quando Rondo didn't just find this footage through a hacker. He was gifted it by someone Durk trusted with his life and his secrets. The leaked messages started flying immediately after the video hit the web. A screenshot of a DM allegedly from Quando Rondo to a famous industry insider surfaced shortly after, saying, "I told y'all he wasn't built for that cage. He's crying to the feds every night." The voice is a snitch in the making. The emotional fallout was instantaneous and brutal. Fans began flooding Durk's social media archives with emojis and rat symbols. But then, an even more disturbing detail emerged. In the audio of the video, if you listen with high-quality headphones at the 0:45 mark, you can hear Durk whispering. He isn't just praying. He's whispering a name over and over again. And that name is Quando. He wasn't cursing him. He wasn't threatening him. He was pleading. It sounded like a man who had reached his breaking point and was looking for a way out of a war he no longer believed he could win. The scene is vivid and haunting. The air in that cell looks thick with the smell of floor wax and despair. This is the major conflict, the total and complete public humiliation of a rap superstar. The footage is being used as a tactical weapon to dismantle Durk's street credibility before he even steps foot in a courtroom for trial. If the jury sees this version of him, and if the streets see this voice trembling, the aura of only the family is erased forever. And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, a leaked internal memo allegedly from the MDC prison medical staff surfaced on a dark web legal blog. It claimed that after this footage was taken, Lil Durk had to be moved to administrative segregation because of the extreme psychological harassment he's facing from other inmates who have seen the leak. But wait, there's more. The twist that truly broke the internet? A second video was teased in the comments of the original leak. A video that allegedly shows Durk sitting in an interrogation room with a federal agent. And the cliffhanger? The person who teased the existence of this second video isn't Quando Rondo. It's an even bigger enemy from the Chai, who has been waiting for this downfall for over a decade. Is the whole world finally turning its back on Smirk? The internet is a cruel, unforgiving machine, and within 1 hour of that link going live, the Durk and the Feds footage became the most viral piece of media on the planet. But this is where the escalation reaches a fever pitch, where the drama stops being a leak and starts becoming a cultural execution. Twitter, X, exploded. A fake Twitter thread from a verified Legal Insider account, which many believe is a front for a rival label, began posting receipts that suggested this footage wasn't a random occurrence. They claimed it was part of a coordinated, multi-layered psyop hit on Durk's mental health. The hashtag #DurkDown began trending worldwide, surpassing even political news. Every major hip-hop platform was forced to cover it, but the narrative was shifting from jail struggle to total collapse. Then came the celebrity responses that turned the fire into an inferno. 50 Cent, the undisputed king of petty, didn't stay silent for long. He posted a high-resolution screenshot of the grainy footage showing Durk in tears and captioned it for his millions of followers. "I told him the math didn't add up. 10 machine guns, 12 months? Nah, Smirk. This is what no bail looks like. Get this man some tissues." At Quando Rondo, you're a savage for this one. 50's post garnered over 1 million likes in less than 20 minutes, effectively stamping the humiliation as industry standard news. But then, the shocking reveal dropped, the one that absolutely nobody, not even the most seasoned street reporters, saw coming. A high-profile hacker group known for targeting high-profile industry figures claimed they had successfully accessed Quando Rondo's private, encrypted iCloud storage. They didn't just find more prison footage, they found voice memos. Voice memos of Quando Rondo allegedly talking to a government liaison or a high-level intermediary. In the audio, which began circulating on TikTok, a voice sounding exactly like Quando is heard saying, "I don't care about the trial. I want him to see his empire crumble from the inside. I want him to watch the footage of himself breaking every morning. That's the real get back. I want his soul before the feds take his life." This revelation flipped the entire narrative on its head. Suddenly, the question wasn't just who leaked it, but is Quando Rondo working in tandem with the feds to psychologically dismantle Lil Durk? This looks like more than a street beef. It looks like a state-sanctioned execution of a man's spirit. The industry backlash was swift and divided. Rappers like Meek Mill and 21 Savage posted cryptic, dark messages about jail codes and protecting the culture, clearly disgusted that footage from inside a secure cell was being weaponized for internet clout. But the division was stark. The Savannah supporters were celebrating in the streets, posting memes of Durk's crying face photoshopped onto Peppa the Frog bodies. Then, another bombshell hit the wire. A leaked clip of an interview with a former MDC Los Angeles inmate, who was released just yesterday, surfaced. The inmate, his voice distorted and face hidden, claimed that the bounty, the $1 million hit Durk allegedly placed on Quando, has been reversed. He claimed that there is now a massive, active bounty on Durk inside the prison facility. "He's not safe in there," the inmate warned. "That footage you saw? That was just the warm-up. They are making him do things for the camera. It's getting ugly, gang. Real ugly." The cliffhanger here is even more terrifying than the video itself. Just as this news was peaking, India Royale, Durk's longtime partner and the mother of his children, wiped her entire Instagram profile, all 1,000+ posts, and uploaded a single story, a pitch-black screen with the words, I can't do this anymore. The truth is 1,000 times worse than the video. Pray for my kids. What does India know? Does she know who the traitor is? Is she leaving Durk at his absolute lowest point to protect herself? The world is frantically refreshing her page, but the silence is deafening. New, darker questions are rising. If Durk is being harassed this badly, will he flip to save his life? Will he give the feds the names of the 6 or 7 other ops he allegedly targeted to get out of that hellhole? The stakes just reached a level that feels less like a rap beef and more like a high-stakes horror movie. The digital world is currently a battlefield. If you scroll through the comment sections on YouTube, Reddit, and Instagram right now, you'll see that the hip-hop community is fractured right down the middle. This isn't just a debate, it's a cultural civil war. On one side, you have the loyalists. They are arguing that this footage is a blatant human rights violation. They are calling for Durk to be moved to a private facility for his own safety, claiming that federal negligence allowed this leak to happen. They are blasting Quando Rondo, calling him a clout chaser and a snake for using a man's lowest moment, his literal tears, as internet points. One top-rated comment on a major news blog read, "Even if you hate Durk, this is foul. No man should be filmed crying in a cage." Quando is breaking every unwritten rule of the streets. On the other side, you have the revenge crowd. These are the fans who remember King Von's death vividly. They remember the relentless trolling ODF did for years. For them, this is the ultimate irony. They're saying, this is karma. Durk laughed when Von's ops died. Now the world is laughing at him. You reap what you sow. The industry is divided, too. DJ Academics went on a 3-hour legendary live stream, his face red with intensity, screaming at the camera. Do y'all realize how over it is? If The Voice is seen crying in a jumpsuit, the brand is dead. ODF is dead. This is a tactical nuke dropped by Quando Rondo. Meanwhile, the viral reactions haven't stopped with bloggers. Charleston White pulled up with a live stream of his own, laughing hysterically at the footage. I told y'all. I told T.I., I told Durk. These kids think they are tough until that federal door slams shut. Quando Rondo is my hero for showing the world that your king is just a crying boy. But the most devastating reaction came from India Royale. Just hours after the footage peaked, India Royale wiped her entire Instagram and posted a single, pitch-black story. I can't do this anymore. The truth is worse than the video. Pray for my kids. This single post has fueled even more controversy. Is she confirming that Durk has broken? Is she leaving him while he's fighting for his life? The division is fueling a fire that is threatening to burn down the entire drill scene. Major record labels are reportedly scrubbing their associations with ODF, terrified of the snitch, narrative, and the potential for more leaked footage to compromise their brand. You think you've heard the worst of it? You think the betrayal of a former ODF member and the trolling of Quando Rondo was the final twist in this tragedy? Think again. Our insider sources have just received a decrypted file that was sent as a follow-up to the original leaked footage. And what we found, it's the moment that made our entire team's jaws drop. In the final 5 seconds of the full, unedited video, the version that the feds are currently trying to scrub from the internet, the camera pans away from Durk's trembling form and catches a glimpse of a computer monitor sitting on a desk in the hallway just outside his cell. On that screen is a video call in progress. And the person on the other end of that call, watching Lil Durk in his cell in real time, staring at him as he broke down, it wasn't Quando Rondo. It was a person who has been dead to the streets for years. A person who is supposed to be Durk's biggest ally, his day one, and the keeper of all his secrets. The facial recognition experts on the dark web are 99% sure it's a high-level associate who reportedly went into protective custody years ago. This means the leak didn't come from an enemy. It came from a sacrifice. Was this footage leaked by Durk's own camp to build a mental health defense, or has the ultimate betrayal finally been realized? And here is the final, spine-chilling cliffhanger. As the video ends, you can hear a guard's boots echoing on the concrete. The guard's voice booms. Bennett, you've got a visitor. Room 4. Bennett. That is King Von's last name. But Von is gone. So who is the Bennett the guard is talking to? Is it a ghost from the past? Or has a member of Vaughn's own bloodline turned on Durk to settle a debt the world knows nothing about? Durk looks at the cell door, his eyes wide with a new kind of fear. Not the fear of the feds, but the fear of a ghost. The drama is not over. It is just beginning. We are hearing reports that a part 2 titled The Confession is dropping tonight. If that video is real, Lil Durk will never see the sun as a free man again. I need to hear from you right now. Who do you think was on that video call? Was it a calculated move by Durk's own camp, or has the ultimate betrayal finally arrived? Drop your theories in the comments. I'll be hearting the most insane ones. Smash that like button if you want us to drop The Confession Part 2 the second it leaks. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the fallout. Click the video on your screen now for the full Durk arrest timeline. The streets are watching. Stay solid.
Perfect.